And so basically, what I have here is the basic outline of my drawing. And what I basically do, which is somewhere where I won't be able to help you guys, is setting up my face. I just blind eye it. It's something that I just been doing. That's something that I do. I just start drawing blindly. I don't really outline it, with lines and whatnot, which is, something that some artists can do, some artists can't, and I guess I can do it. So basically, I just draw what I see, and I'm just gonna show you techniques to drawing like Araki, and maybe later on I'll get into like specifically individually to the eyes, but right now just overall drawing the face and breaking it down. Alright, so first I want to break down my tools that I'm using. So first I'm going to be starting off with, I have this pencil, a 0.7 lead. I have a 0.3. I have a 0.9. And my personal favorite, a 0.5. Alongside these other pencils, this one I love, it's from Japan. Japan makes really good pencils. And this pencil that I just love from Italy. So basically, that's basically what I use. You don't need these different variety of lead sizes in order to draw. That's basically something of personal preference, So yeah, this is my first video that I make, so if there's some things that I mess up, I'm sorry. Please leave it in the comments, point it out, and I'll keep it in mind the next time I do it, hopefully, if I do it again. So first off, as you can see, I already have my outline. I want to break down the eyes. So the way Araki draws his eyes is in a way that is pretty realistic, and something a tip I want to tell you guys, tell you guys, is that drawing eyes is something that's I personally love. I love drawing eyes. It's my favorite part of the face. And when you're drawing eyes, try to stray away from almond eyes. Basic shapes like that, like an almond eye. That is not how an eye looks. It may seem like it, but it's really not. An eye has a multitude of shapes that can fit in it. This almond eye is really basic. You gotta keep that in mind. Compare these two eyes, just the basic shape of it. I'll refine it later, but look, see how there's more complexity to Hirohiko Araki's type of eye, opposed to the simple, almond eye. Alright, so the way that Hirohiko Araki, I'll just call him Araki, draws his eyes, is that he from the part that's going towards the nose, he draws a straight line upwards at an angle like that, and then he goes straight across like that. It's more flat at the top. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit sick, so bear with me. It's a little bit, as you can see, it's more flat at the top, and then at the bottom it's more round. So just follow along slowly. Just take your time, like that. Now, the way that Araki draws basically is usually in a very feminine way. Both male his male characters have very feminine features, and it might seem odd. I find it a little bit too, but in the end product, it ends up leaving a pretty realistic eye. So remember, when drawing his eye, you go up at an angle. Notice that like a 45 degree angle away from the nose. You go straight across. Okay. And then for the bottom, that little indent right there, and you go like that, round. You go around. So, a question that I get a lot is why I draw mostly in Araki style. Well, usually it's because I just love his art style. It's pretty unique compared to other manga and anime. And I'm not saying that the other anime art styles are bad. They're good because they add to the story, to the characters and all that. It helps set the mood, the tone. And the way that Araki draws it is more realistic. And that's just personal preference. You could like the other art styles, and I'm not really gonna berate you or anything. Now see, remember, up at an angle, and then across, and then down there. Alright? You can see there's more complexity than the basic almond eye. Alright, now to the next eye. So it's just the same thing. So you go up at an angle, and then you go across. And right here I'm drawing Gappy from Part 8 Jojo. And I really like drawing him. So does Araki. I really don't know why. I think I'm saying a little bit too much. I'm sorry. I'm a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie. You can hear my voice. So, just you go around at the bottom, you go straight to the top. Remember, it's okay if you make mistakes. You're fine. It's okay to make mistakes. And right now I'm using a 0.3 lead because it allows me, it's small lines that help create a lot of detail. Like that. You gotta take it slow. It's alright if you make mistakes. Now look at the eyes. You got that angle, that obtuse angle, and down here you got that round shape. You got that obtuse angle, and then you got that round shape. Then onto the eyebrows. Like I said, the way Araki draws his characters is in a very feminine way. So you gotta keep that in mind. It's odd, I know. I'm getting repetitive, but some of my friends find it weird the way he draws, which is completely fine. Personal preference at the end of the day. I'm not gonna, hate them. So how a female would typically draw her eyebrows, pretty thin. Like that, And take your time. Have fun with it, because if you're not having fun drawing, or you're being relaxed, then there's no point to it, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Who am I, just a fucking student right now? Alright, so yeah, these are the eyes, just remember. And he doesn't really close it. He just finishes the eye like that. And on to the next eyebrow. Like that. Right now I'm doing this from a reference image. But typically, you could just, as long as the eyebrows are thin, you can get away with it. Sorry. Those are the eyes. And now let's do his pupils. Oh, that looks shitty. Let me fix that. You know? Hey, that's why I love pencils, you know? Make a mistake, erase it. And right here, the proportions aren't exactly the same because of the way that the character Gappy is drawn. He's basically, you know, he's two people in one. It's bizarre. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. He's basically just two people, and you can see that through the way his eyes are, you know, different, his eyebrows and all that. All right, so you know the eyes are pretty realistic. The eyebrows. All right, now yeah, onto the ears. Now the way that Araki draws his ears, it's a basic, it's pretty basic, and it's not that hard. You basically just keep the earlobe connected, bring it across. Yeah. And another reason I like drawing Araki style, because you know every little piece of the face, it's just, I just enjoy drawing, you know. I just you know, have fun drawing the ears, the eyes. There's a really nice eyes. The way that he draws them. Like that. See? It's connected. Like that. And then now the other ear. And the ear, you know, it's all connected the way he does it. And then here he adds a lot of shadows. So typically when Araki does his drawings, he includes a lot of hatching, cross hatching, and a variety of lines. He uses thick lines, thin lines, thick lines, in order to, you know, bring a more realistic look to, you know, the ears, the eyes, and all that. And I'm not the best at drawing, you know, so, you know, I just know a little bit, and I thought I'd share it. You know, see? It's connected. It goes like that. Alright. It's coming out pretty okay. Now onto the lips. There you go. Now the way that Araki does his lips, again, keep in mind, it's in a pretty feminine way. So he uses really thin lines for the top and makes the top lip pretty skinny, pretty feminine-ish, not gonna lie. But basically, when you ink these type of drawings, that feminine look ends up, you know, it becomes less and less noticeable through the inking, and it creates more of a realistic look. So keep that in mind. And I'm not really that good at inking. I'm trying to learn it, so I really can't show you that, but there's some other videos you can probably more than likely see. Alright, so the top lip is skinny, you see, and top bottom lip is really thick. And for that, I'm gonna use my 0.9. 0.9. Pretty thick lead. So I asked my friends to ask me some questions, so I can answer during this video. In this video, and I thought I'd do that right now. You see? All right. So just keep in mind. Look, it's pretty thick, pretty thin. You know. Pretty fucking repetitive. Excuse me. I'm trying not to do that. It's my first time doing this, so no. One of the first question was from my friend Avila. Why am I so tall? Well, I really don't know the answer for that. Genetics, I guess. But my family's pretty short. So, I don't know. Maybe fucking just God said, you know what? Let's just make him 6'4". It'd be funny. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Just drink milk. Even though I really didn't drink milk when I was young. I guess just believe you can grow, and you'll grow. So just remember. And another question was, who inspired me? Who got me into art? Personally, the person who got me into art was Bob Ross. As you know, as pretty cliche as that may be, the way he talks, the way he's descriptive, it inspires me. When I was little, I remember being 10 years old watching his episode, his show where he paints. The way he talks, the way he so passionately cares for nature, the way he so lovingly takes care of his work. It's inspiring. It really shows you that. It really shows you that, if you put your heart into something, no matter if it's not the best, as long as you try to the best of your ability, then you should be happy with it, and you should reflect, and you should learn. That's something that I've kept in my mind ever since I watched his show. It's okay to make mistakes. It happens. They're just happy little accidents. That's why we have erasers. And he's just a very big inspiration. He was. May he, rest in peace. Such a lovable guy. The way. It's just amazing. Remember? Thick lines for the lips. Another fine. Remember, you don't really need all this variety of, pencils in order to do something good. You can just have like one of those 0.7 big pencils, and and you can go to town with it. Like, I'm not trying to discourage you, showing all these pencils that I'm using. It's just easier. And honestly, if you can get my result, if you can get really good, if you can do what I can do with a normal 0.7 pencil, I think that shows more to you. It shows how much better you are, with how you really don't need such materials in order to put out really good work. It's impressive. It's more impressive. My respects to you if you can do what I can barely do with this. My respects to you. Alright, now the lips, remember, skinny at the top, thick at the bottom. Now the chin. the way he does his chins is that they're really wide. They're really wide and they're really sharp, which goes again, which is like unlike other animes where they have either really pointy, jawlines and really pointy chins. Here it's pretty wide and pretty sharp. So just keep that in mind. Remember, take your time. No one's rushing you. You can come back to it if you have something to do. Just please take your time. And the chin, the bottom of the chin, it's just a flat part. He likes putting a flat part. He likes putting the bottom of things, like the nose. I'll get to that right now. I'm trying to avoid it because I fucking hate drawing the nose. He likes adding like a nice flat part. And just remember that I'll try to make a video where I make a circle and all that. So for people that really don't know how to structure a skull and all that, I'll get to that later. I'm sorry, but this is more or less just like people that know how to do all that and just want to draw like Araki. But I'll get to it. And guys, please let me know what I could do better. If I'm over explaining, under explaining, if I'm not detailed enough, please let me know. Please, I beg of you. I just want to make these the best for you guys. And always refine. Alright, so let's just go over what we just talked about. Alright, so remember, feminine features. We have the eyebrows, the eyes, the pupils are different sizes, so I'll fix that right now. The ears, it's all basically connected. The chin, wide but sharp. Wide but sharp. Right here, I really didn't want to, draw his hair, so I just went with Gappy. That's why I like Gappy a lot, because he has a buzz cut. You don't really have to worry about the hair. So, okay. Alright, so, thick bottom lip with thick lines. Skinny top lip. Alright, now onto the nose. The dreaded goddamn nose. Alright. So the way that Araki draws his noses are in a very boxy-ish way. So as you can see, it's like remember, like I said, his bottoms, the bottom parts are flat, as seen right here, and especially on the nose. So what I basically do when I draw his noses is I basically just go like that. And then I draw a line towards the face. And then what I would now do is the nostrils. And the way he does his nostrils is that he just darkens it a lot. And so they're not really holes. It's just like dark spots. It's not really the best. I'm not really the best at drawing his noses, but basically everything else is alright. Alright, so either way, because that's the bottom part, there's gonna be a lot of shading. It's gonna be really dark, so you can get away with a little bit of mistakes, because either way you're gonna end up shading it. And he really likes a lot of implied lines too, lines that you really don't really draw. You do like hatching towards, like that. Like they're there, but you don't really draw them, if that makes sense. refine, clean up, erasers, trusty eraser. Remember, you're not really expected to, master his art, his style. I don't have his art style mastered, but I know a little here and there. I just felt like showing it to you guys because some people like drawing their favorite artist. Try imitating his style. He's my favorite artist right now. And talking about artists, I want to answer one of my friends' questions. Her name is Shirley. She said, "What's your favorite childhood movie?" And honestly, the answer, it's kind of hard, because I love movies ever since I was a little kid. And honestly, I'd have to go with Batman 1989 by Tim Burton, the one he directed with Michael Keaton. I think the way Batman's portrayed and the Joker, I really like it a lot. It's really up there. And it's just a bunch of nostalgia. My favorite superhero is Batman. So so just remember, the nose is usually pretty boxy. And now I'm gonna move on to 0.5 left. And I get my pencils and all this from Blick downtown because I live in Chicago. And there's a lot of stuff there. I really recommend you go there. I stumbled upon it while I went downtown with some friends, my amazing friends that I truly care about. Back to those implied lines, shading. Now the nose isn't the best, and I'll try to practice more and make a special just a specific video just for the nose and every part of this. But this is just basically every part of the face. But right now I'm just doing a basic how to draw his style on a more broader scale. But if you want, I'll do more individual parts. Make like 3-minute videos, 5, talking about each part. If you guys want. And I think I'm gonna fix his eye, make it bigger. Like that. I guess that's... Now one of my main issues is symmetry. It's one of those things that I personally just constantly struggle with. I can do one part good, but trying to do that on the other part, on the other opposite part. Like, for example, the eyes. They're not exactly symmetrical, and that's something I have to work on. Excuse me. And I will. And, I'll come back and hopefully learn more and more throughout time, as time goes on. And another question from my friend Alexis is, why am I so nice? Honestly, I'm nice because, I used to be such an asshole, personally. I'm sorry, I'm slurring my words a lot. I sound fucking retarded. I'm sorry. So personally, please excuse me. I'm nice because, I just want to be liked. I used to be an asshole, someone that wasn't really likable, and I try to learn from that and like how people, what people told me, and I tried growing and improving, and now I like to think that I'm more likable. I'm someone you can talk to, someone you can have like a friendship with, and I think I'm getting better at that. I used to be such a cringy piece of shit, but now I'm alright. I like to think I am. Alright, now that we basically have our face completely... I forgot about the cap. Because Gappy... Now we're gonna do shading. And basically, Hirohiko Araki likes cross-hatching a lot. And for that, I'm gonna use my 0.3. And so yeah, so basically, you gotta keep in mind the source, your light source. My light source is sitting right here. So there's gonna be shadows over here. There's gonna be shadows here. And basically, I'm looking at a reference image. So there's gonna be shadows over here, some over here. But basically, when always drawing, keep in mind the shadows. Oh, before I forget, more on the eye, because Hirohiko Araki likes putting a lot of detail in the eyes. He draws eyelashes, and I also like drawing eyelashes, and for that I like using the 0.7. He makes the outlines to the eyes pretty thick, while the bottom pretty thin. Like I said, he likes using a variety of lines. And, you know, that's something I like. Some variety. I like adding. So, this is where he just adds a bunch of detail, is through his hatching. So he does a lot of hatching, cross hatching. So let's do. With, you know, shading inside like that. So yeah, that's basically how you draw his style. Again, please keep in mind, this is my first how to draw video. I'm hope to get better at this, better explaining, and I just want to make this better for you guys and better, you know, for myself. I was recording this live as I draw. I was bringing it down. So please like and subscribe. Leave a comment what I could do better, what I could do to, you know, make it so you can learn his style better, if you understand. Sorry, I'm fucking sleep deprived. So yeah, like and subscribe.